Hello, everyone. My name is Mallory Harger, and this is my Module 7 discussion board video. So, the topic I chose for each of the lesson plans was finding the area of irregular polygons, and I gave two examples, this kind of L shape and this cross. Really, what I mean by irregular polygons is when you just have to draw a line and divide to find the area. The reason I chose this was last year, my students just kind of struggled in getting mastery in this. My sixth graders yeah, just really struggled with it. So I just wanted to focus on it a little bit. So the four different strategies I chose for instructor centered, I chose demonstration. I really liked this because it showed an application of the skill and not just how to do the skill. And so I did this by finding the floor plan of a house, and you have to divide it up because houses are not usually just squares. And it was a practical application, which I really like in a middle school math classroom. For interactive, I chose discussion groups. I gave each group a shape, and they had to discuss how they would solve that shape and then give a presentation to the class. Um, I like that students are using their math language and not just listening to me, and they're discussing their problems and they're learning from each other and not just learning from me. For individualized, I chose computerized instruction, and I chose this mainly because of the coronavirus. I just wanted a lesson that would work if it was not in school and face to face. I like it because students can work at their own pace, and I found a really cool interactive matching activity where students can, draw the lines in the shape on the program. For experiential, I chose simulations and games, and I like those because students can learn without even realizing that they are learning, and they have fun, and it's super engaging for the students. And Prodigy is a middle school math program that we use at my school, and my students love it and automatically differentiates. So I can just align it with the standard, and students log on and play a game and get to mastery. A few struggles. I wanted each lesson to be just as engaging as another. So if I do use them in the future, then I like the lesson and my students will also like the lesson. Um, I had a hard time limiting it to be just one strategy. So, for example, discussion groups and peer teaching. I chose discussion groups because they're discussing how they would solve the problem and not teaching each other how to solve the problem. But yeah, just kind of they all kind of go work together. Um, a few takeaways. One, it is really good to switch up how you teach as the semester goes on, just to keep your students engaged and interested in your classroom and learning. Also, there are multiple ways to teach everything. So if your students get stuck, you can switch it up, and that will majorly help your students. I know I had to do that. Just finished my first year, and there were several times where I had to go back and be like, okay, they did not get this. Let's find a new way to teach it. So, COVID-19 obviously has had a huge impact on planning. So, video presentations like the one right now that I'm making were my lifesaver. Um, and then simulations and games and computerized instruction. Um, the reason I chose both those strategies is because they could be used if school is not in session. Um, Online versus face to face, again, video presentations like this one, Screencastify, Screencast-O-Matic, major help. And two of my lessons would work, but I just wish there was a way to put a shape in their hand and show them like how to fold it, cut it. It just helps to have that physical, manipulative versus, yeah, just drawing the lines